Welcome to the Fight with Depression podcast for people who want to improve their mental health. My name is Christopher Boussard, and today I'm doing a little different episode. I'm going to ask you, do you actually want to improve your mental health, or are you just hoping that your situation is going to improve on its own? So we're going to get started in that, and thank you for joining me. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different, I guess. Molly's not going to be on the episode with me. I've been thinking about this and wanted to just talk about it kind of as it's just weighing on me right now. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've got some notes here and quotes like to do, and of course, Molly really likes the quotes too. So, like I said, it's just been kind of weighing on me as far as actions and desires. So it seems to me that there is, and I have done this my entire life, where there's just this: I want to do this, I want this to happen, but people aren't doing things to make it happen. For me, I'm sitting here, my life going, I want my mental health to improve. I've done physical activities, I've done so many things, and I sat around, feeling sorry for myself or whatever because my mental health is not improving. And that's been my focus, right? And that's the focus of this podcast, right? Is the fight with depression. We are here to help people improve and maintain their mental health. But as much as I can do is sit here and talk to you, I can't make it happen for you. I can tell you the things that I have done and the things that I'm doing now, but I can't reach through this microphone, unfortunately. I wish I could. And one thing that we're doing here at the Fight with Depression and at Topher Wood, which is the same company essentially, is we're going out and doing things for people, teaching people skills. If you saw my Facebook post or anything, I went out and taught a knife handle making class to a group of firefighters. It was just an engine company essentially that got off shift in the morning, and they went through their 48-hour shift, and afterwards it was an activity that we had been planning with them, and I just taught them a new skill. We made knives, we had a good time, but I can't do that with everybody, unfortunately. And if I can, great. If I can take you out, if we can go out and do something, I can teach you a skill. If you can watch the Facebook or the YouTube post, watch Facebook, and learn a new skill, learn woodworking, learn how to build a picture frame, then that's great. That's what I desire. That's what I want, is for you to go out and learn something new, maybe something I can teach you, but I can't make it happen for you. And I'm not, this is not a condemnation, of course. I'm speaking from personal experience. This is me. This is my life, where I have been sitting around wanting, miracles to happen. And, I'm going to be quoting out of my book here. And one thing, if you haven't read it, it's called The Fight, My Battle with Depression. And it's essentially my part of my life story and what I go through. And what I say in that, I have a line. I say, miracles are reserved for cheesy movies and inspirational songs. And that's kind of not necessarily, I mean, you talk about miracles happen all the time, right? But if I sit around and I just wait for a miracle to happen in my life to change my life around, I'm waiting for something external to happen in my life that's going to suddenly improve my life. It's not going to happen. That's not the way life works. So we need to take action. We need to go out and do something. We need to take hold of our lives. John F. Kennedy says there are risks and costs to action, but there are far less than the but they are far less than the long-range risks of comfortable inaction. So if we just sit here and we don't do something because we want things to happen in our lives, then how much is that costing us? What are we doing? Are we spending our lives waiting for something to happen, or are we going to actually go out and do something about it? Mark Twain says, action speaks louder than words, but not nearly as often. And that's what we do is we talk about wanting something to happen. We talk about wanting to improve our lives. We talk about wanting to improve our mental health. But what are we doing? What are we doing for other people? What are we doing for ourselves? There's a lot we can do for our own mental health, but that comes with actually doing. And Benjamin Disraeli says action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. So if we're just sitting around in our own brains, we're sitting around in our own funk, like I have done so many times, and I still do that. We sit around in our funk, and we allow our thoughts to just dwell and build and spiral and snowball, that we're going to be sitting there in our own inaction, waiting for something to happen, waiting for life to happen. Meanwhile, life is passing us by. And, like I said, I've done so many things, right? Where I've always been physically active. I was a skateboarder, snowboarder, I played football and baseball, and, I riding bikes, and I've always done these things, weightlifting, but those things didn't magically make my mental health go away. And we look at all these websites and everything on how to improve your mental health, and it's eating right and staying physically active. But we allow that to get us discouraged if those things don't magically fix us. And if you're sitting here listening to this podcast and going, man, I hope he has something for me that is going to, maybe change my life around. It's going to be an aha moment. There's going to be something that's going to stand out, that's going to change my life. Then I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm not going to do that. It's not a miracle. I can't reach through here and make that happen for you. That's up to you. It's up to each one of us to do something. And sitting here going, I hope something happens in my life, it's not going to happen. Like I said, miracles, sure, miracles happen. You can one day wake up and, suddenly your mental health is gone, your illness is gone, whatever it is gone, and you have been relieved from that. But is that your hope? Is that what you're relying your life on? Is that miracle to happen? And we did a episode a couple episodes ago where we were talking about mental health in the church. And if you're sitting here going, well, if I believe that God is going to alleviate my symptoms, I'm going to tell you from experience, God's waiting for you to take control of your life. You by sitting around, that's not faith. That's just a blind expectation. Faith is believing that my actions are going to result in positive. What good is going to happen from my life? What good can I bring to somebody else? If I'm sitting here focusing on my own life, then I'm going to start focusing on the negative. I'm going to start focusing on how bad things are. And instead of, if I turn that and I start focusing on other people, going, how can I improve you? What can I do for your life? What can I do for somebody else? Then it's going to give me a new purpose. I'm going to stop focusing so much. Notice I say so much because when you suffer from a mental illness, it's always there. It's in your brain and everything. But when you start focusing on somebody else, it takes some of that off of you. You stop focusing so much on your own mental health, and you start focusing on, wow, I really made an impact on this person today. Something I did was positive for somebody else today. And I can tell you, like I said, constantly, what I speak about is from experience in my own life. And hearing somebody else say to you that what you did had a positive impact on them, it's so rewarding in itself. Just to hear that, just to hear somebody say, oh, I really liked what you did for me. I really liked what you said. This was really inspirational. It has a positive impact on your life. But like I said, I'm gonna quote from my book here. I say that there is no self-help book or motivational speaker more powerful than your determination. You can read every book on overcoming life's obstacles, listen to every motivational speech and inspirational song, and watch every uplifting movie. But if you choose to let life defeat you, you will be defeated. If you live with determination and perseverance and accept that life isn't about you, but about serving others, your life is still going to be difficult. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but that's the way it is. However, you will find that life has a new purpose. A life lived to serve others is a life with meaning. It's a life worth living. So what are you doing for others? What are you doing to bring meaning to life? Not just your life, but the lives of those around you. We are here at the Fight with Depression. That's what we're doing. That's why I wrote that book. If you want to get a copy of it, it's on Amazon. It's called The Fight: My Battle with Depression. Or you can go onto Amazon and just type in my name, Christopher Boussard. It'll come up. But that's what I've been doing, is trying to dedicate my life to helping other people. Like I said, I keep saying that, like I said, but I keep saying the same things, where these skills that I'm trying to teach are hoping that somebody else's life is going to be positively impacted. Sure, there are things that, yeah, I want to bring in revenue from selling my books. I want to bring in revenue from selling my pictures or picture frames or a knife that I made. It's my business. That's what I do, but that's not my life. That's the way I want to live. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. So what am I doing to serve other people? If I'm just waiting to see how other people can benefit my life, how somebody else can improve my financial well-being, my status, if I'm willing to tear somebody down, you're going to look back and go, like, you're going to look back with regret. Don't look back on your life wishing that you had done something else, that you had lived your life differently. Look back on your life to be proud of what you have done. So as I conclude this, I'm just going to give you guys another quote, once again from my book. I say, live to give more than you get. Live to leave everything better than when you found it. Live for time with your family and friends. Live to love more than you are loved. Live with a sense of hope in purpose, because your life has more purpose than you can fathom. So I'm going to ask you, what have you done today to improve your mental health? And what have you done today for somebody else? So if you don't know the answer to those questions, then perhaps it's time to look and go, what actions am I taking to improve my situation? What actions am I doing for myself and for others? Am I just hoping that things are going to change, or am I doing something to change my life? Am I doing something to change the life in a positive way for those people around me? So, as always, if you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas on topics you would like to hear, please go to thefightwithdepression.com, go to the contact page, fill out the information there, and that goes right to my email. Or if you're on the Spotify app, you can answer the questions below this episode. And please reach out to us. Any questions or anything, please reach out to us. And until next time, God bless.